Quick bridge fan. Today we're making a cheesecake and we're gonna go through every step on how to make it look professional like you'd normally see at restaurants. So let's get started. We're gonna start with the crust, and I'm using a pan that you can remove the bottom with, because that's gonna be essential in like making it look good. So let's go to the kitchen. So for the graham cracker crust, I'm using graham crackers, salted butter, and granulated sugar. I just have baker sugar because why not? It says it's better for bakers. And then the removable bottom pan I was talking about. You tighten this right here. So you unloosen this, and then it lets you remove the bottom. And it's not stick, so that's gonna be helpful. Let's start by making the crust real quick. So we are going to start by preheating our oven to 350, and I've already got that started. And now we're going to be making our graham cracker crust. So we're using 10 sheets of our graham crackers for the crust, which is about 1 cup, 1.5 cups. We're going to insert them into the Ziploc bag. This is about 9, so we got to get one more from this other package here. Just rip it open. Put it all in there. All layered on and such. And then one more from this package real quick. Gotta make it look pretty. One sheet. If I can get the thing. There we go. Spread it out, so because you're gonna crush this into a crumb with a rolling pin. I'm gonna be using a rolling pin. You could use whatever you want for this. I'm using a rolling pin. Spread out all nice and even. Okay. Make sure there's no air pockets. And now we'll just get the crushing. So I'll see you when I'm done with this. Okay, so I finished making my graham cracker. Now it's gonna be fine crust. And we're gonna use our butter to melt. We're gonna melt our butter, and we're gonna put it in here along with the sugar, and we're gonna mix it together and then put it in our pan. So I'll demonstrate that. 5 tablespoons, and we're gonna put it in here and melt it in the microwave. Pouring all my graham cracker crust into a bowl. This might be a little too small, but I'll try to see if we can make this work. We're going to be adding 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. Into here. And then your 5 tablespoons of melted butter. Add it in here and then start mixing. See, make sure it's starting to become sandy. Oh, the D. Alright, the mixture's done mixing. It looks nice and sandy. So we're gonna put it in our 9-inch pan. This is a 9-inch pan. That is a waffle. And now we're gonna add our graham crust in here. If you do want to use your hand to mix the graham cracker crust, make sure to wash and dry your hands correctly. If you're serving this to other people, you don't want to get them sick. Or you can wear a glove. Okay. And people can use their measuring cups to pack down into the bottom pan type, but I'm gonna be using this, the one that I use in melted butter in. That looks good right there. It's all back inside. And now we're gonna pre-bake the crust so it gets nice and hard for when we cut into the finished product. We're gonna pre-bake it 8 minutes in the 350-degree oven. So let's put that in now. So next up is our 4 blocks of cream cheese. All your ingredients can be at room temperature because you don't want any clumps in your cheesecake. So even if that means just warming this up for like 15 seconds because you don't want your cream cheese to melt. 4 blocks, so we're gonna go in the microwave real quick. And we're gonna use a paddle attachment and a KitchenAid mixer to mix the cream cheese at room temp with the granulated sugar. So I'll go warm this up and we'll be with the mixer next scene. Okay, I put 1 cup of granulated sugar in the KitchenAid mixer and I warm this up for 45 seconds since there's so much cream cheese. It's not hot, but it's like lukewarm, so that's room temperature. And you're gonna add that all in here. You might want to get a spoon to scrape out what's in here. Scrape out some of it, you don't want any of it to go in place. Okay, so now let's go to the mixer. Okay, so we're using a paddle attachment and we're mixing our cream cheese, granulated sugar, until it's smooth and creamy, which is about 2 minutes. And now you'll see the mixture is getting smooth. Now you'll see the mixture is getting smooth and creamy, and I've scraped down the sides in parts that you know that isn't mixed because you'll see it's kind of like a yellowy color. Anything that's like pure white, that's cream cheese not mixed with the sugar. So make sure to scrape that in. I'm using this paddle to like scrape down sides that I see just pure white on to make sure it gets mixed. But now it's been mixing for like 2 minutes. There's a little bit of clumps in there, so that's signs that I didn't put all the cream cheese at room temp, and you want to avoid that as much as possible, but sometimes it can't. You'll try your best and it won't be avoided. So now we're adding our sour cream, which is also room temp, our lemon juice, and our vanilla extract. So I'll go get those ingredients ready. 1 cup of sour cream, room temp, into here. Teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is an optional ingredient. This is lemon juice. It's better to use fresh lemon juice, but we don't have any lemons, so I'm using I guess, what's the word? Oh well, just not fresh lemon juice. But real lemon. This is just a bottle of lemon juice. But this is an optional ingredient because this gives like a little bit, just a quick sense of a strong lemon taste. Not a strong I wouldn't say a lemon taste. It just gives the how to explain this? It gives like a little sour, like half a second sour into it, which is like what generally you eat with some cheesecake, but some people don't like that, so that's why some people would just exclude this ingredient. But if you're gonna add this ingredient, this is 2 teaspoons of this ingredient. A little tang, that's what I'm looking for. That's the word I was looking for. So fresh. 1, 2. Okay. Now that these ingredients are mixed in, you can turn the mixer back on and on start speed and mix until the combinations are fully combined. Our mixture's starting to look real nice and smooth, and we stirred it till just combined, and I scraped down the sides to make sure all of it is combined. So now we're adding 3 large eggs at room temp, and since you can't really warm up eggs, you just like take it out and keep it out there for keep it out in room, I guess like at a dry space. Like you put it right here or any other space that isn't the refrigerator or a cold space for 20 minutes. So let's go get our eggs real quick. These have been out for about 20 minutes. And you'll add 3 one at a time until fully combined. So crack 1 in, stir until you see it's all combined. and the next and the next. So let's go do that. This is the final egg I've added. I'm scraping down the sides to make sure all of the egg is in. And after you add the last egg and you know it's combined into it, you want to stop mixing and avoid over mixing as much as possible. Over mixing in cheesecake can cause cracks on the top, and you want to avoid that. You're trying to make a pretty cake, not a cracked cake. All right. After that, you use your spatula to scrape all the remaining batter off here, and you're gonna add it to the cake pan. So I'll do that. I'll get that fixture set up, and I'll talk more about avoiding cracking on top of your cheesecake. Alright, so here's our pre-baked crust. I put it in this pan, and I'll explain in a second. And here's our batter. We're gonna be adding our batter on top of this, and like beat it on top of it to even out the layers. You don't want any air bubbles in this, because that could cause cracks in the crust. Okay, so for this next step, it's a little complicated. We wrapped our pan in aluminum foil because we're going to be putting the cheesecake in a water bath, and that's what this is for. We need an inch of warm or boiling water so we can let the cheesecake rise evenly. If you don't put water in here, the cheesecake will crack or brown too much at the top. So I have a pot of boiling water that I'm gonna pour in here, and make sure you want an inch. This pan I have right here has about an inch height in it, so that's perfect for this. So as it starts warming up, I will pour the cheesecake in here and use my spatula to even out the cheesecake batter on top. That's perfect right there. Alright, so now we're just waiting on our water bath to finish right over there. So now that we evened out the cheesecake batter in here, aluminum foil is wrapped around so water that's no possible way leaking in it. And our pot of water is just about to boil. Once that's in, I'll put it in here and then put the correct amount of water I need in here. And our oven is finished heating up to 350. So the method I'm gonna do to put it in the oven is I put it in here and put it in there and carefully carry it over while I have that open already. Insert it, close it. If you don't want that way, if you don't trust like your sense of balance, you can bring it over, open this, take that wire pan out enough to put the pan in, get your boiling water, pour it in while it's in here, push it all in and close it. I'm gonna pour it in here because I don't want to burn myself with that method. Yep, so let me get that all prepared. Pot of water's boiling, so we're gonna turn it off. Carefully lift it. While it's baking, check for air bubbles. So like turn on the oven light you see here, and you'll see about like if you see any air bubbles. If you want to take that out, then grab a toothpick and like poke it and it'll blow out. But if you don't, just leave it be, check on it so make sure it doesn't burn or anything. Since we have the water bath in there, it's gonna rise up nice and evenly,
and there won't be any cracks, I hope. So we'll come back and check on it halfway through or when it's done, and I'll tell you guys what to do next. Thank you. Okay, so it's been 4 hours at least. This cheesecake's been in the freezer. Now we're gonna depan it, and if it stays stuck to the pan, we'll use a butter knife. But for now, we have to elevate the cake pan. So. Gonna use quit just for simplicity's sake. Thank you so much for watching. I will be doing more cake videos in the future and a lot more vlogs. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.